7 signs he is just not that into you. Number 1, he's wishy-washy. We could also call this being hot and cold or sending mixed signals. He basically only sees you on his time and you have no idea where you stand with him. Some weeks he's completely obsessed with you. Other weeks he disappears for days or weeks at a time. You have no idea where he is or what's going on. So why does he see you at all? Because he does like you a little bit. There's a spark of something, but it's not enough to make him want an actual relationship with you. 2, you are not a priority. Too busy is really just code for you're not important enough to make time for. I'm sorry, but I've dated some busy people. A lot of us, we're all busy. Everyone has a lot of things going on. We make time for what's important. If you are always being bumped off for something else, it's because he just isn't that into you. 3, he doesn't initiate contact. If a guy likes you, he wants to talk to you. He's not going to forget that you exist. He's not going to need you to remind him that he really likes you. He'll know, he'll initiate. If you're always the one texting, that can sometimes get confusing because you're like, well, I text him, but he always texts me back and he's always nice and he's always flirty. So why would he do that if he wasn't that into me? It's because he likes you. He just doesn't like you enough. If you stop initiating, he probably won't contact you anymore and the whole thing will fizzle out. So by you always being the one to reach out, you're kind of prolonging a situation and making it go on for way longer than it would have if you just let things happen a little more naturally. 4, he says he doesn't want to be in a relationship. I'm going to be straight with you. When a guy says this, it usually means he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. Now, it's also possible he doesn't want to be in a relationship with anyone at this point in his life, which is fine. That's valid. But if what you want is a relationship, then why are you settling for someone who can't give you what you want? Number 5, he isn't interested in learning about you. When we like someone, we can't get enough. We want to know every scar, every scratch, every story, and we remember the details. Our brain becomes highly activated when we're talking to someone we like, and we remember things. When a guy is interested in you, he will show an interest in you. It means he wants to know all about you. If this guy doesn't ask you questions, doesn't remember the things you tell him, it's because you are just not important enough to him. Number 6, he's not around. When a guy really likes you, you'll just notice that he's always around. He always happens to be in the same part of the room that you're in. He might show up places where you are, not in a creepy way. He messages you. He's just in your orbit. Trust me, like when you look for it, you'll notice it everywhere. When a guy doesn't like you, he's just nowhere to be found. Number 7, you just know. When a guy likes you, it's obvious. If you have to ask, then you usually already know the answer. Guys don't hide interest. If a guy likes you and wants to pursue you, he will make it known. All you have to do is just give him some green light signals and just exist.
3 signs he doesn't like you as much as you like him. First sign, whether it's over text or you're talking in person, you are the one driving the conversation. You're asking all the questions, and he's sending you one-word answers or really dry responses. Second sign, he isn't actually asking you on a date. Sure, he'll hit you up late night on a Saturday when it's convenient for him, but he isn't making plans to see you in advance. And third sign, and arguably the most important one, you feel like you could lose him. Newsflash, whenever you feel this way about someone, they're not yours to begin with. And you know what actually gets the guy? When he feels like he could lose you, because then he's gonna chase. Tap that plus sign to follow for more and find me on Instagram to choose my next topic.
6 signs that he's just not that into you. It's so obvious when a guy's into you versus not into you, but when you're the one in the situation, it's a lot harder to kind of see through everything. So I'm just trying to save you guys the time. Number 1 is inconsistent communication. If a guy's into you, he's going to take the time to text you. He's not going to be short with his responses. He's not going to leave you undelivered. He's going to get back to you. When a guy actually likes a girl, they don't want to play games and they don't want to risk losing her. So they're going to put everything into that person. Number 2, he doesn't make an effort to see you. If a guy likes you, he's going to be wanting to spend every second with you and he's going to be wanting to hang out with you and spend time with you. So he's going to make the initiative and make it happen. Number 3, he only texts you late at night. He has all damn day to text you and ask you to hang out, but if he waits till midnight, obviously we know what he wants. Number 4, he doesn't try to take you on a date. Again, he would take you on a date and treat you and take you out if he actually liked you. Number 5, he's very sexually motivated. A sexual connection is obviously very healthy. However, if he's only sexually motivated and you can just tell by his energy, that's a no. Number 6, he doesn't remember the little things that you say. Probably doesn't remember because he's not that interested and he's not paying attention and he probably is talking to other girls and here's a whole other plethora of little things from them. Please just remember your worth. You are so amazing and you deserve a guy that actually likes you and doesn't want to just hit you up late for fun. And this is the final makeup look. Mwah. Love you guys.
These are signs he's just not that into you. Girls, you're going to want to make sure to save this one. It's definitely going to come in handy this year. First things first. If you hear the word busy on multiple occasions, he's busy minding his own business, not worrying about getting busy with you. I don't care if he's holding down 3 jobs and is a dad. If you like someone, you make the time to speak to them or effectively communicate the reasons why you're busy. None of this cancelling last minute bullshit. And to think you got yourself ready and did the whole ankle to knee shave just for him to cancel and for you to give him another chance. Are you crazy? Next on the list is the old Katy Perry method. If he's blowing hot and cold, one moment he's giving you attention and it's like you're the only woman that exists, and then it's ghost town and you didn't get a reply for 3 to 5 business days. But the second he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I've had so much going on," your panties are wet again. Speaking of which, if he only texts you at night and is overly sexual, yeah, he might like you, but for all the wrong reasons. This is just a guy that knows exactly where he's got you and that you will reply the second he texts you. Hence why when he's horny, it's convenient and timely. I know exactly what you're thinking. Chloe, we might not talk all the time, but he still likes my Instagram stories and my Instagram photos. That's got to mean I'm on his mind, right? Well, yes. But not for the reasons you think. He definitely finds you attractive, but if he also does the first 2, this type of guy, he's very knowledgeable in the reverse psychology department. He does this to make you think he's interested, but what's actually happening is he's just keeping you in a place where he wants you. Which is where you're constantly thinking about him and watching videos like these.
Things that guys do when they don't like you, and by don't like you, I mean they don't want anything serious with you. And these might be a tough pill to swallow, but I need you to listen to me because we don't want anyone that doesn't want us. That is the mantra. Number 1 is a simple word, and if this word is thrown around a lot, used in every excuse of his, it is a clear indication that he is not interested. The word being busy. If he's too busy, if he's just always so busy that he can't call, text, make plans, hang out, see you, whatever. If he's always too busy for you, he does not like you. And I get people are busy, but make time for things that we deem important as a priority. And you want to be a priority in someone's life. Number 2, if the only time that you ever hang out is at his house or at your house, he does not care. He's not trying to impress you. He's not trying to bring you around his friends or family to introduce you to his life. He sees you as the girl that he can just take home, and it's comfortable and it's nice to hang out, but like further than that, further than a hookup, there's no substance outside of that. Number 3, if you're telling him something that's wrong, or if there's a problem in your life or something that is bothering you and he's just like, damn, that sucks, he does not like you. Men are naturally problem solvers, so if he's not trying to solve your problems and be there for you, he doesn't care that much. Number 4, if you're telling him anything at all, actually, if you're telling him bits and pieces about your life, things that you're interested in, talking about yourself or your life, and he is clearly not listening, or he interrupts you to tell you something completely irrelevant, he does not care. Because the man, I promise you, the man that cares and the man that actually likes you is going to sit there and listen to every fucking weird story that you have to tell him. He's going to be interested in the things that you have to say. And this is actually a clear indication of relationship happiness, is when someone is telling you something, even if that's not your interest per se, if someone's telling you something and you're deep into listening to them and want to hear more, that is a clear indication of a happy and healthy relationship, by the way. So if he's not listening, he doesn't care. And then number 5, if he really deemed you important in his life, he would tell you things about his life, whether it be good things, bad things, things that he's happy about, things that he's proud about. If he really liked you, you would be high on that priority list, people to share those experiences with.
I know you probably don't want to hear this, but men are not that complicated. He's not investing in you because he doesn't feel like you're worth it. He's not applying pressure to you because he doesn't want you. He always comes back because you're easy and you're convenient. He does not commit to you because he's looking and searching for something that you cannot provide for him. He ghosts you because he does not value you and he is not afraid to lose you. He can do without you. He sleeps with you because anything beats a blank. You're convenient and you're available when he needs his needs met or when he needs his itch scratched. That's why he has sex with you. He tells you that he loves you because he knows that you want to be lied to. He knows that you're delusional enough to believe his words, but he backs it with no actions. He's never showed you any qualities that he loves you, except for when he wants to get on top of you and manipulate your body. He's not that into you. It's not complicated, but you want it to be. And this is how we get into my book, Complicationships. The link is in the bio.
Key signs: he is not into you. And honestly, if he does all of these things, he wants absolutely nothing to do with you. Number 1, he doesn't laugh at any of your jokes. Honestly, if he's not laughing at any of your jokes, you're probably just annoying him at that point. A man will laugh at any of your jokes just because you're cute and he's into you. Number 2, he's just way too relaxed in every single situation. Maybe it's going out, maybe you're mad at him at something. He just doesn't care. He's too relaxed because he doesn't care about hurting you. He doesn't care about the situation you're in. He doesn't care about you. Number 3, he doesn't remember absolutely anything you tell him. A man will remember if he likes you. Let me tell you that for free. If it goes in one ear and out the other, chances are he just doesn't care. And honestly, you're not the one, girl. A man will remember your favorite color if he likes you, or what color toes you even want to get. Number 4, and my favorite, if he doesn't look at you or find you in a room or hold eye contact with you when you're having a conversation, he doesn't like you. A man will hold eye contact with you for as long as he can, or be looking for you in a crowded room if he likes you. If he is not doing that, and if you don't catch him looking at you, he doesn't like you. He's looking at somebody else. And last but not least, if he's canceling plans or not even making plans, he doesn't like you. A guy will take any chance to get to see you again, to get to that next step with you, to try to keep getting to know you, to seeing you, to get that attention from you. So if he's canceling plans last minute, he doesn't like you. Unless it's the most crazy thing that happened and there's proof of it, he's probably just making up a lie because he wants to go out with somebody else, or he doesn't want to waste his time with you or his money on you. If he doesn't even try to make a plan with you or take you on a date, he doesn't like you, baby girl. On to the next one.
Girls overlook this so much about guys, and it is hands down the easiest way to tell if a guy actually likes you or not. And the way to tell is by looking into his eyes, specifically when you're on that first or second date with him. See, the thing about guys is we may communicate things with our words, but our actions speak way louder than our words. And specifically the way that we look at you. So the thing is if you're on a date and a guy is just like wandering his eyes everywhere, like he's looking at the front door, he's looking at the servers, he's looking at people walking by, like his attention is everywhere but you, that is a bad sign. This usually means that he's just not engaged in that date. He's not engaged in you and that conversation that you're having. However, if the guy is very engaged with you, he's very attentive and he's looking at you constantly and he's just fully in the moment, this is a clear sign that he's into you. But if his eyes are like wandering everywhere and he's not really giving you that much attention, this is a clear sign that he's just not that engaged in the date. Hands down, easiest way to tell if a guy likes you. Use this information as you wish, and as always, have an awesome day.
These are the top 10 signs that he's just not that into you. We do not want to waste our time being delulu. If he does any of these 10 things, he is not that interested. First thing is actually a word, and it keeps coming up if he doesn't like you. I'm doing great, but I'm so busy. Busy is actually code word for not interested. So if he says this, he's probably not that interested. Number 2 is the lamest hug in the world. If someone likes you and gets to hug you, they're going to give you the longest, closest hug they can. If they don't take this opportunity and instead give you a lame or limp hug, they don't like you. If he doesn't laugh at your jokes, research shows that we laugh more at the people we like, even if we don't think they're as funny. So if you literally can't get him to laugh, he doesn't like you. This next one is really telling. It's where you fall on the information train. When someone likes you and something happens in their life, like they get a job or they make birthday plans, you're gonna be one of the first to know. If you're one of the last to know or find out these details from someone else, he doesn't like you. If you tell him things and he remembers the details even a little bit incorrectly, this is not because he's forgetful. He either doesn't care or he's mixing you up with someone else. If you're together and he's distracted on his phone, he does not like you. If anything distressing or bad happens to you, if you tell him all about it and he simply responds, "That's too bad," he doesn't like you. If you are standing near him and he does one or all of the following behaviors: crossing his arms, clenching his fists, scowling, or frowning with his forehead, these are physiological signs of anger and frustration frustration, so if he does them around you, he likely doesn't like you. If he averts his gaze, humans are programmed to look at the things we like for longer than the things we don't. So if he's averting his gaze or not really looking at you, he probably doesn't like you. Finally, guys, if you're talking about something important and he interrupts you to say something unrelated, he wasn't even listening in the first place and he doesn't like you. If you're still not sure if he likes you, take my levels of attraction quiz.
If your boyfriend is doing any of these things, he doesn't like you. The last one is going to touch a few nerves, but I only speak the truth. Number one is he talks about other girls. This could be a co-worker, this could be an old friend, or he could just be talking about how hot this girl is in a movie. These are all signs that his attention isn't solely focused on you. It means that other women are occupying space in his mind. The second sign is he is so affectionate and so playful and so loving when you guys are alone. However, when you step outside, you don't even feel like his girlfriend anymore. I'm not saying that he needs to be lathering on the PDA, but you shouldn't have this feeling when you are outside of the home where you do not feel noticed by him. You don't feel seen. He doesn't look for you in a room full of people and make sure you're okay. If he's not making you feel like he is completely obsessed with you and besotted with you, like you are his celebrity dream crush, then you have the wrong man. Last one's often overlooked but can be signs of a super toxic relationship progressing. After the argument is over, he acts like he cares, but during the argument, he is going for your neck. He doesn't care what he's saying. There is no filter, there's no care, compassion. He doesn't care if you're crying. Maybe he starts to get frustrated and starts rolling his eyes, signaling to you that you're annoying him. And then he's nice to you to only put a stop to all the chaos, all the crying and arguing. This type of behavior creates such a toxic bond in a relationship long term, because you will never feel seen and you will never feel heard and you will never get to the root of the actual problem, and this same argument will keep occurring. And the reason he behaves like that is because he doesn't like you.